एक प्रकाट्य तस्वीर सामने आ जाती है। तो इसीलिए मैंने कहा आप लोगों से कि आज नेचर कंजर्वेशन पर मैं आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री सर से प्रार्थना करता हूँ। और हमारे सभी लोग वक्ता हैं, और वैसे हमारे ऑफिशियल वक्ताओं में डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु, डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सान्याल मुखर्जी मैडम और सुषमा जी भी। थैंक यू आदरणीय अग्निहोत्री सर।
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर शर्मा जी। और हम पुनः एक बार आज की तीसरी वेबिनार जो 16 से 56 पायदान पर है, उसमें सभी अतिथियों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूँ। और जैसा कि प्रोफेसर शर्मा जी ने आज की इस वेबिनार के टॉपिक के बारे में बताया, तो वो मदर नेचर कंजर्व फॉर द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन। निश्चित रूप से टॉपिक बहुत वाइटल है। और जैसा उन्होंने एक तथाकथित रूप से सूचना दी कि आयुर्वेद वालों के लिए कहा जाता है कि वो तो नेचर से और अधिक से अधिक दोहन करते हैं, कि हमारी जितनी भी हर्बोलॉजी है, जितनी हमारी हर्बल मेडिसिन है, तो वो तो निश्चित रूप से प्रकृति से ही प्राप्त होती हैं। और उन्हीं के फॉर्मुलेशन, उन्हीं द्रव्यों की भावना से बहुत सारी प्रिपरेशन बनती हैं। अब सवाल ये उठता है कि तो एक वनस्पति विज्ञान या हमारा प्लांट किंगडम एक चीज हो गया, लेकिन नेचर कंजर्वेशन में तो हमारा जल भी है, वायु भी है, सभी है। और निश्चित रूप से यह जल इन सब वनस्पतियों को उत्पादन में भी सहायक होता है। तो ये तो हर मानव के लिए लागू होता है कि हम जल का संरक्षण भी उतनी ही श्रेष्ठता से करें, जिससे कि ये हमारी वनस्पति जो सपोर्ट है वो सुरक्षित रह सके, जिनमें की बड़े वृक्ष भी हैं और सभी हैं, सॉइल सॉइल इरोजन भी न हो और फ्लड भी ना आए। इसलिए जरूरी है कि मैक्सिमम प्लांटेशन होता रहे। और अ, जो हमें औषधि के लिए लेना है वो सिलसिला भी चलता रहे। हमारे शास्त्र तो ये रास्ता बताते हैं कि हम उस प्लांट के पास एक दिन पहले जाके हाथ जोड़ के प्रणाम करते हैं और कहते हैं कि हम आप सभी रहिए, मैं आपसे कल औषधि निर्माण जनित में औषधि से के संबंध में आपसे कुछ लेना है। और हम जो आपके पत्र पुष्प लें उससे आप कष्ट या वेदना अनुभव नहीं करिएगा और हमें क्षमा करिएगा। हम आपकी औषधि आपसे कुछ लेके जनमानस के कल्याण के लिए औषधि निर्माण करेंगे। ये एक सदाचार है, एक सदव्रत है, एक कल्चर इसीलिए दिया गया कि हम प्रकृति के प्रति, वनस्पतियों के प्रति उतने ही दयालु और उतने ही कृतज्ञ रहें। तो इसलिए अधिक से अधिक प्रकृति में हम इन वनस्पतियों का उत्पादन करने में भी कोई कमी न छोड़ें। शेष में हमारे गेस्ट स्पीकर इसमें अच्छे से प्रकाश डालेंगे। दे विल डेफिनेटली एनलाइट अस एंड गाइड अस that how this balance could be possible with the help of the conservation of the herbs as well as the conservation of and the water source, the air source and the mother nature as such. तो अभी इंट्रोडक्टरी तौर पर इतने ही कह पाएंगे कि हमें नेचर का कंजर्वेशन एज सच करना है। इसमें सारे ही कंपोनेंट जो वाइटल है, जो प्रकृति के लिए भी आवश्यक है और मनुष्य के लिए भी आवश्यक है, एनिमल किंगडम, प्लांट किंगडम, और उसमें हमारा सभी लोग शामिल हैं, सबके लिए आवश्यक है। पौधे ही नहीं होंगे, पेड़ नहीं होंगे तो कहाँ तितलियां अपना काम करेंगी, कहाँ हनी भी अपने काम करेंगे, एंड सो ऑन। तो इस सबके लिए हमारे आज के गेस्ट स्पीकर्स आए हुए हैं, हम उनका स्वागत करते हैं। डॉक्टर शैकत कुमार बसु जी हमारे साथ हैं, अ, और डॉक्टर सुपर्णा सन्याल मुखर्जी जी हम लोग साथ हैं। और छोटा सा टॉपिक है, लेकिन इसकी विचारधारा, इसके मूल्य बहुत ज्यादा है। हर व्यक्ति का ये कर्तव्य है कि वो जहाँ तक संभव हो प्रकृति का कम से कम दोहन करे और प्रकृति के सभी उत्पादों को बनाए रखने के लिए अपना अधिकतम योगदान। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ में अपने प्रोफेसर शर्मा जी से निवेदन करेंगे कि वो आज की इस वेबिनार के अपने गेस्ट स्पीकर्स को इनवाइट करने की नमस्कार प्रोफेसर। हम चाहेंगे कि डॉक्टर शैकत बसु जी को पहले बुला लेते हैं, अगर कोई। I would like to invite Professor Dr. Saket Kumar Basu ji for his knowledgeable presentation on the topic the mother nature we have to conserve for the next generation. Namaskar. Dr. Saket Kumar Basu ji, स्वागत। Dr. Saket Kumar Basuji, you are comfortable? Respected Basuji, आप हमारी आवाज सुन पा रहे हैं? अगर वो समय लेते हैं तो हम डॉक्टर सुपर्णा समय
Are we audible to you, Dr. Suparna ji?
Yes, yes, that would be the better for me. Shall I start? Shall I start?
Yes, please. Namaskar. Yes.
Okay, very good evening. And again, many, many thanks to the IRES for giving me such an opportunity to say something on this, the Mother Earth. The conception of this Mother Earth has been generated from various mythological orientation. The myth, basically, conception who has created and when it has been started, there is no scientific background, there is no, the origination, and there is no any kind of archaeological findings or the any kinds of developing structure, whatever. But it is a mythology. And this mythology, the first Greek mythology, the art is personified as the Gaia. And the corresponding to the Roman mythology, the art has been worshipped as a Terra. So why this? An Indic mythology, it was a Prithvi or Bhumi. So it has been traced that we always consider the art as a mother. Why mother? Because we have seen the nature of a mother to protect their child or children, the total areas, the total situations. So always the mother is supporting their children. Why does the father? Yes, the father is also protecting the children. There is a supportive responsibility, and the mother is more than that because mother is carrying the child. And that's why the total structure of the woman has been separated and different. And the structure had, when they are surviving and they are reached to the evolutionary trend, the structure has developed in such a manner the way they can develop their child in the motherhood. So very few examples I am telling. The backbone is getting the S shape. And this the our pelvic region makes the the we can say anything in the ball. This is the ball shape. So these are the it is origination. It has happened through this nature orientation. So that's why when the nature is giving us such an opportunity and such a potentiality and such an developing characteristics. So nature is the mother because we always consider that the mother is the best of their own aspects and own nature. Because when the sensation is transforming from the mother to the child, so these are the sensation they are getting for the umbilical cord has been started at that time when the life has formed. So mother consideration is the priority in the life sustenance. Hence, we consider the earth is a mother. At the same time, if we can look back to the African mythology, and every continent has their own mythology, own belief, because the deity, they are following the deity. Thus, we always consider the sky is the father, because sky is the father because there is a vast area. The mother, if the earth, the bhumi is the mother, if the prithvi is considered as the mother, but the sky is the father. Why sky is the father? There is no limit because father has no limit. The father conception and the father orientation, there is no limit. So that is the consideration. There is also another point, that's the parenthood. So parents are so developed conception where we are surviving. So if we can see one breed, one the tree, when the trees are there, we are getting the shelter. At the same time, the parents are always protecting nature. In African mythology, we have seen there's the Akan mythology. Akan is the Ya. So this goddess, they are following this the conception of the goddesses and the mother of the nature. And in that case, the different parts of the Africa, North Africa, South Africa, then the Central Africa, they are following and they are worshipping the tribal, the Aboriginals, the indigenous, all are practicing their status, this mother earth and this mother conception. And this Asia Afua is the goddesses of loose earth, then fertility, love, perfection, then the framing. Because in case of the framing, we can emphasize on the farming, because because whenever we are seeing the mother earth, that means the fertility orientation. Whenever we see the mother earth, there is the farming in the nature. So which is regenerate, because with the developing of this mythology, that is the regeneration. So mother is giving the replica of the nature. So nature, whatever parts and parcels are present in surviving, so that is the mother is giving that the replica. So it is no end of this nature. So that's why we are considered our earth is the mother. So at this situation, Bakongo religion, we also follow in the Nambic god. They are performed their essence of God, where the earth and sky is the mother and mother of all animals. And the Egyptian mythology, the Geb is the god of them. Geb is the earth. Geb is the vegetation. Geb is the earthquake. Geb is the snakes. Geb is the good earth and land. And Igbo mythology, Allah is the god. Allah is the earth, and they are giving the fertility, regeneration, creativity, everything is developing. And in case of the American mythology, Aztec is the god, where we are forming and we are developing and and the body is created with the blessings of the Aztec. So this Aztec mythology is also following the god is the mother, and there is also conception, the sky is the father. And in case of the Inca mythology, it is very important. This Apu, a deity of mountain, and Mama Pacha is the goddesses of the earth, and Panchnama is the main aspects of their deities, which can giving us the conception of the mother earth. And the Inuit mythology, where they are following the lunar deity. That means the lunar eclipse or lunar day, the full moon day, they are practicing their deity, and they are developing conception of their earth as like the weather, then the water, then the tribes, then the natural resources, all are the god to them, and they are forming and they are developing, worshipping in every aspects of their life. And Asian mythology, which is very famous, is that uh, uh, Ainu mythology, where they followed and the god is the alls. Alls, they are worshipping alls for their god, and they considered the earth is the when the formation of earth was happened, the all was there. And the Anatolian mythology, the mother goddess of earth, they are developing the conception, the every situation which we are practicing, we are having, that is the mother senses. And in case of that, those the child, when they don't have the father, so or the mother is absent, the father is the formation of the mother, and father is taking care of the child. And the how to technology or how to mythology also, the goddesses of art, they are following the developing situation of the art system, when they're changing situation, when the art is when the art was not there, when the art is started, they forming and they are worshipping this mother goddesses. The art is the mother goddess. And in case of the Gondi mythology is the uh, we can say that the Vimal, the conception of the Vim, the god. The Vimal is the mother earth, and Bhum, that is the goddesses of the earth, that is the mother of humanity. They considered the mother of humanity, that means that is the god. So human being and developing the humanity, that is the Gondi mythology. They followed this the conception of God as a mother. And in Hindu mythology, we have emphasized and we have looked after that. The Bhumi is the goddesses of the earth, and the Dhara or Hindu Vasu is the representative of the god. That is the earth and enlightened with this earth, that is the goddesses and god. And Prithvi is the also goddesses of art, which is performing and where the conception of this Hindu mythology. In the Buddhist mythology, Bodhisattva or the art of the land, the Vasudhara is the goddesses. So this type of similarities and this type of conception, which is continuing generations after generations, and when it has started, it is a time immemorial feature. When it has started, we don't know. We have no conception of when it has started, but we have the myth or mythology. It's also a science, because when it has started, that means there was a situation has happened. So if the situation was happened, though there is no the practical the formulation, or there is no practical evidences, so but there is a conception of what has happened, and though it was a time immemorial, but this time gapping or time lapping is not the factor for the science, but it has happened. So we haven't seen so many things, but we believe. So mythology is the science of belief. Mythology is the science of technology. Mythology is the science of nature orientation, because the nature is sustaining and the nature is continuing with us and supporting us. That is also the mythology, and we are believe that the nature has given us the sustenance capacity and sustaining belief. That's why we are sustaining. Otherwise, there is no one can support us to sustain in this the mother earth, because this mother is giving us the permission, the giving us the sustainability. That's why we are sustaining. So in that way, in every aspect, the Thai mythology is also follow the Paramatha Thorni, that is their god, mother goddesses, and they are performing deities with this their technology. And this the Turkey mythology, the Mongolian mythology, also Itigen. Itigen is the Iki mythology, the goddesses of the art. That's the Uma. Uma is also the god. They are also regulating, and they are also getting the relationship. This the Uma and this the Utigen. So this the way we are forming, we are practicing the motherhood in every mythology, in every continent have their own identity. And European mythology, we have seen that the Albanian mythology, then the Baltic mythology, there is so many in every aspect, every human religion, because the unity, we are living in a unity in diversity. There are so many diverse conditions where we are surviving. And this diverse Georgian mythology, the Georgian people are also developing their mindset. They also Batoni mythology. They follow this Batoni. Batoni is their mother of goddesses. So in this way, the German mythology, the Greek orientation, and they are following the Latvian mythology, Roman mythology. Roman mythology is very important, and Roman mythology is very scientific. So they are following the harvest season. If the harvest is going on, it is the mother as is allowing them for the harvesting. The Terra ancient goddesses of the art, Ops as the also the god. So these are the Romanian mythology. Mumma Panuri, the Mama Gaia, So it is their item, and they are the god and goddesses. They are following their every day and every nation of life, and they are performing their rituals with this god and goddesses, and they are enriched every day with the deities, and enrich every day inner senses, the cognitive development, how the community is developed with the performance of the deities and the meditation of the deities, and how they practicing this deity, and how they are following their deity orientation. Though there is no evidences, no scientific background, the mythological orientation, they are following their deity. So this is the conception, this is a force, this is the orientation, this is the meditation, this is the scientific accommodation. So how we can perform our deity in the scientific acumen? We haven't seen who is the Mahadev, who is the Brahman, who is the Vishnu, but it is our sensation orientation. We have not seen the Varun Devata, but we have seen, we have formed the formation of the Varun Devata, and we have given the orientation because it is the mythology we are based on it. It is our concession, it is our cognitive development of our brain, because we have originated, and this is the situation where we are surviving. So Prithvi is the fact, and this fact is giving us the formalities where we are surviving. So Mother Earth is the basic concept of this our surviving nature and day-to-day life sustenance, day-to-day activities, our performances, our sensation, our generation. If the mother has been rejected us, that means we are nowhere. So Mother Earth, Rabindranath Tagore says, the nature is the best teacher. Why? The nature is giving us the all potentiality. Nature has the all sensations, and nature is giving us sustainability. That's why we are sustaining. So this is the conception, is a very good conception. And I really thanks to the AYUSH platform. AYUSH is also giving us the so much development aspects in our life, where we are exploring our consciousness, senses, conscious, subconscious minds development in this part. Thank you very much. Thanks to the
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. Excellent speech. अग्निहोत्री sir.
बहुत बढ़िया है. Completing the speech by quoting the a phrase of our Rabindranath Tagore ji. It was, the nature is the best teacher. Definitely, it reflects all the possibilities that how one can be modified, or how one can improve himself with the help of the nature or with the curse of nature. Because the 16-17 June 2013 Kedarnath disaster is always in mind, that if we do mischiefs with the nature, nature will take its revenge out of it. So this is what happened. Uncounted lives have gone, and so many situations. The whole of the markets have rose. They are uprooted and they are no more. So nature teaches us, and nature alerts us first. If we take care of it, it can be good. There is always likelihood to be careful as per the rains are concerned, flood is concerned. You are watching day by day, deaths are taking place simply because of the water current is there in the water, or this basement 6-7 precious life has gone. Students preparing for the IRES and all that. So nature is very much giving you chance to be careful and to save your life.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
One point I would like to mention here, if you allow me. Just
Yeah.
a single point, how the nature and this mother has the science, mythology and science is correlated. We have seen the previous years that where the tsunami has happened in 2005.
Yeah.
We can go back to the 2005. So the Puri, the Jagannath Dham, there was no the sea was not coming up. So sea was as normal as it is. But everyone, say that it is a God bless. Yes, definitely it's a God bless, but it is the science. What was the science over there? The 50 kilometer of the seaside of the the Puri Sea, there is a natural diking. So when the tsunami water has flown up in the all parts of the world, but this natural diking can save the god and goddesses and the all human beings. So this is the nature and mythology and science is coordinated with each other. There is Kedarnath also. So everything when the falling was there, so only the Shiva temple was restricted because there was also a the natural diking system was there. So
That
this
Shiva, that
happened.
Shiva,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. The
that
Shiva,
Shiva Shila,
idol,
Shiva Shila, that Shila
Can you
protected them.
Shila was there, the big Shila.
Shila,
And
yeah,
this Shila is the natural diking, and they
yeah.
have protected the god and the temple. So these are the phenomenon. This has happened. We haven't done it. The nature has done it, and
He,
nature has done it. That is the
he,
mythology,
he,
and that is
he,
the
he is the
mother.
destroyer and he is the saver. Both.
The saver, yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
he destroyed not the human being. He
No, no.
destroyed our conception in that
Send the message.
Shiva is Pralay Karta destroyer, but he is the destroyer or the negativity. He destroyed the negativity of every
Yeah,
aspect, but he is a
exactly.
regeneration because he has destroyed the Shatima's body, and he regenerate her body in a new orientation. So 51 segments as becoming the Tirtha. So that there is a power there he has generated. So he has destroyed the negativity and developed the positivity. So in that case, it is this is the conception how to regularize and how to recognize this power, the cosmic power. Thank you, sir.
In this way, it sends the message.
Yeah, definitely.
In this way, it sends the message that there is some supreme power which which regulates all the happenings.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, Professor Pankaj. Over to Professor Pankaj Sharma ji.
डॉक्टर शरकत बसु जी बोल चुके हैं?
नहीं, अभी नहीं आया, हमने कॉल किया था अभी. If he is comfortable, he
डॉक्टर
will.
शरकत बसु जी, am I audible to you? डॉक्टर शरकत, welcome.
हाँ जी. मैं थोड़ा
जी.
ट्रैवलिंग में था. It took me a long time to get back home. So yeah, I have been able to join now. Yes.
Welcome.
So should I just conclude now with the last part?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Agnihotri ji. So I think we already had a very series of beautiful erudite lectures. It was unfortunate that I was unable to attend from the very beginning because I was traveling from a long distance today. But nonetheless, what I would like to conclude is that from the essence of this presence is that one of the very important thing for us that we are going through a very trying time right now. Like, we are looking for Mother Nature and we are thinking about the conservation part, but at the same time there are very much important challenges that we are having towards achieving successful conservation to protect the beautiful planet for our future generation. And all of these are human created, so we are all responsible for the challenges that we are facing now. And one and the most foremost, all we know about it is our increase of global population. Our human population has grown unprecedentedly in such a high range and a devastating manner now that it is now very difficult to contain, and it is not easy to provide sustenance, resources, jobs, employment, and other opportunities with such an enhancing growing population. Every few days, even with respect to India, now the world's largest population, we talk about the employment problem or the employment crisis that we are having in India. But at the same time, with the advance of technologies that is coming up, there is lesser and lesser amount of jobs. That is because automation, the technology that is coming up is so high that there is less and less opportunity for providing jobs for everyone. So employment crisis is one thing that results in economic crisis, and that economic crisis leads to environmental crisis, in the sense that because if, with less amount of money, with less amount of resources, and with an increasing human population, there is always going to be more and more conflict for resources, for settlement, for piece of land or water and other natural resources, that it makes our life extremely challenging. So this is one very important challenge that we are facing as a consequence of our own action, is of the huge global human population that has grown unprecedentedly. And we could see it in India, that how much the population is impacting the growth of the country, is because whenever you are looking for growth and opportunity, when you have a huge standing population to cater for, it becomes sometimes extremely challenging for the existing system to provide everyone with the basic amenities, because the number is so staringly high. Number one. Number two is global warming. As we all know, it's a part of the global climate change. The average annual temperature of Earth is increasing, and as a result, we are having unprecedented drought in some parts of the world, or over rainfall and flooding and devastation in some other part of the world. The changes in weather pattern, particularly from cold to warm in colder areas, or from warm to hotter to unbearable heat in tropical, subtropical areas, all these are impacting our forest, all these are impacting our crop production. So there is a huge challenge of food security, as well as there is a huge challenge of economic and ecological destabilization. With the increase of population and with the devastating number of global climate change that we are facing, job related issues, habitat encroachment, destruction of habitat, forest fires, unprecedented massive forest fires are happening in various countries, which are wiping out huge tracts of land from the forest, and it is causing huge damage both in terms of ecology and economy. The third important part that we are facing challenges with respect to conservation is the loss of biodiversity, because of both natural and anthropogenic, which is human induced factors. Biodiversity or of wildlife, biodiversity of the forest, our natural ecosystem, whether it is terrestrial, whether it is aquatic, marine, or freshwater, everywhere we are facing some crisis. The load of atmospheric pollution is going up, with land pollution, air, water, soil, everything getting polluted, with an ever increasing encroachment of various forested areas for more industrial growth, for more encroachment, for expanding our agriculture, more and more fruit orchards, tea gardens, coffee gardens, plantations, and various other things are coming up along the very edge of the forest, which is already under crisis because of the stress on the major and minor forest products. Also, because of political destabilization in many countries in Africa, Asia, Latin America, many people are being forced towards moving into forests as their last refuge. We have seen that at one point of time during the Great Vietnam War, how much people took refuge in the forest, and because of the Great War that happened there, how much it destroyed the ecosystem and the forest, and the toll has to be played by the people down there over the time. Same is case of in our countries too, where we are losing forests. There is huge encroachments that are happening, and it is quite natural, because when you have too much population, everyone needs to find a way to survive, and to survive you get more and more dependent on the scanty forest resources that we are having. So already our forests are getting thin, and because of unprecedented human pressure, they are becoming thinner, which is a great challenge for the sequestration of the global carbon, also a challenge for mitigation of climate change and global warming, and also a challenge for our economic sustenance and the maintenance of the global equality with respect to ecosystem stability. Fourth is the unprecedented movement of wealth to a very handful of people around the world. So 5% of the people have around 90% of the resources of the world, and they are regulating and controlling the whole world. This is not a very good situation, in the sense that it is pushing us moving towards a very unstable world economic order and a global geopolitical system, in the sense that The number of rich people getting richer around the world is happening at an unprecedented rate. And at the same time, vast majority of the population are turning from poorer to poorest is because of the unequal distribution of wealth and resources in across the continents around the planet. This has resulted in geopolitical instability in many, many countries. And as their economy and their political system are failing, their ecosystem is also being impacted, is because people are getting more and out of desperation on the natural resources. Massive exploitation down there is impacting the global environment. Recently in Brazil, they have been encroaching and expanding into the Amazon areas with a lot of construction works for a lot of improvement of infrastructure, as well as deplantation for expanding agriculture in many areas and expansion of industries. And Amazon serves as the lungs to the entire world. So the destruction of forests down there is not only impacting Brazil and South America, the impact is felt around the world. But how to handle these challenges to make the world a better place is another significant question to answer. Most of the world has seen the unprecedented growth of the corporate world and the friendship of the corporate world with the political system, particularly those in power and many cases also within opposition. There are various corporate world or corporate giants are paying money to the government, paying money to the political parties in power so that they can retain their power and return them favor. This is a kind of investment for them. But what it does is, because of these unprecedented favor that is being shown to certain industrial groups or certain corporates or certain multinational companies, they are achieving monopoly in various continents and countries, and they are fixing prices, they are targeting the profit in only the direction in which they want. There is no place, no chance for the ordinary people to voice their concern around that. And if this continues for a long time, it results in assessment, results in the destruction of the economy and puts the people into a hard challenge, which leads to both economic as well as geopolitical stability. And once the political stability of a country is impacted, left alone the ecosystem or the environment, the entire system of that country shows a sign of collapse. As you could have seen in so many countries around the world, this is happening in the time that we are living in. So all these factors put together, and the governments are helpless because they have taken so much money and they are so much manipulated by these corporate giants that they could not take bold steps in assuring and implementing hard rules and regulation to mitigate climate change or control global warming or take a better part of wealth distribution around the world. They are also helpless victims of this great corporate system that is taking all over the world. So with all these challenges that we have, and then on top of that, we have north and south, northern and southern hemisphere divide, particularly a divide between the developed and the developing and underdeveloped countries. Because while we need to switch towards alternative energy resources or other environment friendly technology, these technologies does not come cheap and has a lot long years of research is dedicated to them. And the Western countries who have designed and developed those technology are now not ready to share this or to pay a part of the burden of environmental sustainability with other countries. And as a consequence, because of this great divide, we are not being able to work on a common platform. There has been a repeated and rapid failure, which results to global resolution in very, very much in reducing and mitigating climate change and other environment related issues. So with this, I conclude my presentation by saying that we are going through currently a very trying time, and we are at the crossroads where we are asking one another to find a sustainable solution and how we could fit in into this changing world with this changing geopolitical order, environmental challenges that we are facing on a daily basis, and the uncontrolled, unrestricted growth of human population that is eating up global resources. Which way to go is indeed a very important question to answer. At one hand, we have to cater to the population. At the other hand, we need to cater to the environment. Which one is more closer to us and which one is more closer to our priority is a question that we need to answer now to leave the planet intact or conserved for our future generation. And this is where we are flumbing. This is where we are floundering, and we are having significant challenges in taking important decisions related to environment to secure the earth for our next generation because of various reasons, as we have discussed. So hopefully this is the food for thought process, in the sense that we need to figure out sustainable approaches and ways which are ground realities and can help us get out of these very complex situations of around the world, where we are going through unprecedented climate change impacts, as well as increase of population and other political crisis and economic crisis, at the same time environmental crisis impacting our life. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and we look forward for future collaborations and can continue our work together as a common family. Thank you very much, Dr. Agnihotri.
Thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really, today, after a long gap, we completed our 3 webinars in a sequence, and really, this day was also very important with the 3 webinars topics. Like first is Hepatitis Day, and second one is National Parents Day, and third one is Nature Conservation Day. And I thank all the guest speakers of all the 3 webinars, along with all spectators and listeners, those who joined our YouTube also, and our great guys who were there in our platform. It's really a very informative session. All the 3 sessions are very important, and they poured knowledge, experience, as far as the hepatic elements are concerned. It may be said as Yakarta shows, along with our importance of parents as the great and best teacher. So goes the case with all the modalities, possible modalities regarding the conservation of our Mother Nature, because we are there only then when the nature is with us and the nature is protected and conserved. With these words, I think all the guest speakers, I extend our thanks from IRES side and from our side also for their participation, for their contribution, and regarding their knowledge and experience. Thank you so much. And it's already 11, so I think it's the high time to say goodbye. Good namaskar, Shivratri, pranam, namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. Good night. Good night to all.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you very much.